Mamaru, Mama you, which one are you? Woman! Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Yuhua Hamasaki, also known as Mama You. And guess what, y'all? Today we'll be doing some AMA on Reddit, also known as Ask Me Anything. I apologize, I'm about 15 minutes late because we had a little bit of technical difficulty. As y'all know, I'm a little bit of a one-woman show where I do everything by myself. So let's see what questions y'all may have in mind for me. Because, you know, sometimes you'll be dragging me on there. But I do find it hilarious, though. Maybe as hilarious the hilarious Ross Matthews. Happy holidays! And you know what reminds me the most about holidays? Are the scents. And today I'm going to share with y'all one of my favorite fragrance brands out there, Dozier, an alternative fairway to fragrances. They take luxurious high-end fragrances and reproduce these famous brands that are $200 to $300 to just $29 to $59. I myself prefer something sweet and fruity, and sometimes a little bit earthy too. What I love is that inside there's a card that tells you exactly what's in there, what it smells like, the inspiration. For example, the Ambery Mint is inspired by one of Versace's fragrances. Dozier has a welcome offer up to 20% on the site. You can actually get up to 30% by using the code. The extra 5% applies at checkout. The bottles are very chic and very minimalistic looking. Plus, they're very travel size friendly, so if you're having a night out, just put it in your bag and go, which I'll be doing this holiday. Let's test the Ambery Mint together, shall we? Very minty, feels like I'm walking through the forest. Love it, very luxurious too. Kind of reminds me of spring, which I'm kind of jealous of because we're still in the winter. Very good. Now, let's test the woody sage together. Now, the holidays, especially winter, I prefer something a little bit woody because it just reminds me of like the wood, the fire, very earthy, very homey and farmhouse. I love it. Like, between these two, it is really hard to pick. It's very earthy, just as expected. There's a hint of sage in there. Very glamorous, just feel like a queen myself. And it's very unisex too, which I really enjoy. I love Dozier, and Dozier love their customers too. And that's why the Black Friday sales have already begun with up to 55% off their site. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link below and start shopping for the holidays. Plus, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Like, literally. Okay! You know, I love the cringe subreddit. Sometimes I find it even more funnier than the main subreddit, to be honest. Cause y'all and I have the same type of humor because I think that I used to be a comedy queen. And then as the years went on and meeting some of y'all, it just turns out that I'm not a comedy queen. Turns out I'm just a cringe queen. All right, let me get back to the thing. RPDR cringe. And yes, I am on there. At least once or twice a week. All right, y'all. Did anybody even ask any questions? What the fuck? Okay, 24 questions. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Old school, new school, which one are you? I'm both schools. Cause why? I am extra, baby. Would you still love me if I turn into a worm? Yes. I recommend you read the book. Worm loves worm. Why? Because I think it's a very simple message that the children's book is trying to teach us is that worm is able to love worm, but the main picture that it's trying to teach us is marriage rights. I don't know how to explain it right now. My mind is all over the place. But it's basically saying, you know, how can a love another worm, right? Because, you know. Anyway, look it up. Hi, Yuhua. I just wanted to say that I love you and I love you aren't afraid to brand yourself. You are truly an icon in my eyes. What's your favorite fruit? Me. Because I am a fruit. And the fruit. XOXO. You gotta put XOXO in there so, you know, they know that I'm joking. But anyway, let me ask them a question. What do you think my brand is? Favorite pickled dish? Kimchi, I guess? I used to not care for Korean food until I tried it for the first time ever, maybe about back in 2013-ish, and I've been hooked since. And I have to say that Korean food is just so expensive. Why is that? Japanese food too. Are you a bike person or a porch person? Well, I think you're trying to ask if I'm the person sitting on the porch watching people drive past by, or am I the person that actually gets stuff done, right? To be honest, I don't know how to drive. I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to swim. So I guess I'm a porch person, but since I'm in New York, I'm a windows person. All right, next question. Have you been to Europe? Yes. Several times. Where I was booked and blessed, but still kind of bothered. I guess this person's not really, following me that much because, otherwise they would have known that I've been to Europe several times, including GAY in London. I did the whole Holy Tea tour with the top 4. Top 3, actually, because Eureka wasn't there. Now that I look back at it, I felt like I was the filler queen because Eureka canceled. And I remember a lot of people saying that they thought that I was in the top 5, and the top 5 was doing a whole tour, because, it was Cracker, Aquaria, Asia O'Hara, Cameron Michaels, and me. I forgot one person. Did they store RuPaul in the back where the cameras were off 5 Nights at Freddy's style? I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, bitch. But, And the reply, I'm gonna say, I have no idea what you're talking about, baby. Because, you gotta present yourself properly on the internet these days. First of all, you're the queen of queens and the goddess of local queens. Were you asked for All Stars 8, what would you want to do show off if you chose to go back? And what are your feelings about this huge saturation of Drag Race franchises? Wow, that's a mouthful. First and foremost, yes, I have been invited in the past, but the conversation has followed in conclusion that I didn't really want to return until they raised the pay for the queens. Not that, how do I say this so I don't get in trouble? Not that they're not giving us opportunities, but I just feel like there needs to be a fair share for the people involved behind the scenes, on stage, as well as the contestants. Now, I don't know how it is business-wise with the networks and stuff, because there's the whole strike that's happening right now for actors and screenwriters. So I think that might have to do with the fact that they're not given too much money to allocate, but I would like to see that the queens get more money. But yeah, I need more money. I love money. Money makes the world go around. Duh. And also, I heard that they're giving out $75,000, $25,000 to show up, or $50,000 to show up, and then the rest for clothes and stuff. That's a plus. And if I were them, I would have asked you for even more. Because honestly, it's work. Here's what I have to say about it. A lot of other TV shows, you get a lot of hate, and the contestants and stuff, they don't really care because, they got a huge fat check to back them up. So they're not upset or anything. But the fact that this show, sometimes the hate that you get from the fandom and the judgment and them putting you through a month and a half in boot camp, and then you have a whole year to follow up with the whole show, it's just not really worth it for me. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, would you want to do the show again? Yes. Would I choose to go back? Yes. And what are your feelings about this huge saturation of Drag Race franchises? I think that yes, there's a lot of queens happening, and a lot of franchises and season happening, spin-offs, they even did Celebrity Drag Race choices. I think that the smart ones are the ones that are gonna fucking work and be consistent, and there's gonna be longevity. Because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes of being an entertainer, but I think that applies to any job, right? So maybe 2 weeks ago, someone left a comment, hating on my makeup, saying, oh, it's been half a decade and they still haven't updated their makeup skills or whatever, or their makeup still haven't gotten, better. I wanted to be you fucking bitch! But the truth is, what I know, they don't know. What I understand is that there's more to just looking beautiful in makeup as a drag entertainer. You gotta be talented, you gotta have a personality, you gotta be professional, including punctual, being prepared, showing up and showing out, and delivering what you're supposed to do. And also being kind to everyone around you so that you get the call back to go work again or get recommended to do other jobs out there, because this is a very small niche And mostly it's word of mouth. So your work ethics and your repertoire and your resume backs you up a lot. So sometimes you might make it really far in the show and you might be a fan favorite. But if you're missing a few of those bullets, baby, you'll be back and working at whatever bar you're working at. And also, I'd say yes to almost every fucking job too. You know, if there's a check and if the money's right, I do it, girl. It's about making things work. And I think that the biggest thing that queens have to realize is to adapt to the environment. Adapt to the environment, because you're thinking to yourself, well, there's so many queens now, so many queens and so many franchises and so many seasons. Well, how do you stand out? How do you stand out from the pack? How do you adapt to the situation that's happening right now so that you still get to work and still get booked? So instead of complaining, let's find a solution for yourself. That's what I have to say about that. Anyway, I'm just gonna reply long response. Sorry, will be answered in video. I was very passionate about this answer. Okay, what is your favorite meme from the cringe sub, and what is your favorite meme about you in the cringe sub? My favorite meme, oh my god, the J.K. Rowling meme. So on season 10, I entered the workroom saying, "Hi, gay people." And then somebody made a meme who is also a Patreon. This is no bias at all, but I thought it was so hilarious. I think they joined after I shared the meme, actually. So anyway, basically they said, J.K. Rowling, I don't remember actually. It was like, "Hi gay people," and like, J.K. Rowling nowadays by gay people because now she's like transphobic. I don't remember the meme, actually, but it was funny. Ooh, I also really enjoy the one, I think Lee Dawson made it, where they had Alexis Michelle, what's her name? Yeah, where they had Alexis Michelle lip sync during season 9, but when she was about to do the split was so fierce and so strong that it actually hit RuPaul, and RuPaul, you know, died. I thought that was kind of funny. Not that the death was funny, but like the fact that, you know, because it's Alexis Michelle being Alexis Michelle, you know, killed Mother Ru. That was kind of funny. Have you advised other queens on how to embrace cringe as a marketing and business strategy? Is cringe inborn or can it be taught? First and foremost, I embrace cringe at all costs, from top to bottom. And I don't know if it's a marketing or business strategy, but I've learned to embrace it and love it and let it be known that it's part of me. And when someone says that I'm cringe or I'm doing something that appears to be cringy, I accept it because it's part of me. It's like, looking at it this way, like when people say that you are so gay, you're so femme, you're so weird, you're so nerdy, you're so kooky, girl, just fucking accept it. Like once you accept all those traits that make you you, life is gonna be so much easier and you're just gonna have fun being you. And so I don't know if it's like a marketing or business strategy, but it's more of accepting my personality and attracting those that love me for me. Because I really do believe that you don't have to try to fit into any crowd. You don't have to do anything to fit into a certain group of people. But if you are yourself authentically 100%, you will find your own tribe. You will attract the people that love you for you. So another instance where you're trying to fit in and stuff, right? Let's say you really want a job. If you go chase them, or a boyfriend, or girlfriend, or them friend, you will chase them and chase them and chase them. But the thing is, they're not gonna want you. You're gonna spend all this time, money, energy trying to chase them. But if you have something that they want, they will come to you, baby. And that's my mantra in life, really. And something that I've really learned after Drag Race too. Just be you. And girls, stop putting out music. Like me, myself, you know, because I did put out the Unk song. Very questionable. Oh, the lighting's homophobic. Okay, now it's a lot better. You know, like I said, I used to think that I was a comedy queen. Turns out I was just the cringe queen because, you know, people would be like, why are you laughing at your own jokes? Because I'm like, bitch, it's fucking hilarious. I'm a hilarious Ross Matthews. Okay, next question. Say, what? Do you know Dr. Roboda Bobby? You mean Bob the drag queen? Okay, fun fact. Bob the drag queen's name used to be Kitten with a Whip. And then this is when we used to work at Boots and Saddle together, and Boots and Saddle used to have a different name where they, you know, get dragged. Because you know how RuPaul's Drag Race gets called, like, RuPaul's Drag Race, and then, but Boots and Saddle used to be called Bras and Girdles, because there's a lot of lesbians that used to go there. But then it turned to a drag bar, thanks to me. So I brought all these queens and come work. But yeah, she used to be called Kitten with a Whip, and then she changed it to Bob the Drag Queen. I'm sure you have learned so much in your years you have put into your drag. What are 3 tips you would give your past self from 3 years ago? It can be your aesthetic, performance, hosting, whatever really. From 3 years ago, I would say that would be 2000, right? I would say be yourself. Okay, so let me read it out loud. So the 3 things that I have written down are be yourself, stop following others' footsteps, be in the moment. Seriously, be in the moment. You never know when tomorrow's gonna be gone. And also, if you're in the moment, you know, you don't have to stop, you won't stop thinking about the future, so you're just like literally present, thinking and absorbing everything that's happening. Hi, how bald is RuPaul? Very bald, mama. I mean, have you seen the show, Tamar? Dearest mother, can you please explain this image to me? Love always. What is the image? I have a feeling it's me at the library. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so this image is basically me doing the song called Fighter by Christina Aguilera. This was upstate. I was 18, 19 at the time. Lord Jesus have mercy. This was in Albany, New York. I was doing makes me that much stronger, makes me work a little bit harder, makes me that much wiser, thanks for making me fighter. So at one point of the song, I was basically like snorting like drugs and stuff, so I used like makeup powder, you know, makes me stronger, whatever. And then at one point, I chewed on capsules of blood. How did they even find this? And then I started spitting out blood, and Lord have mercy. I'm wearing leggings, and I'm wearing boy underwear underneath. And this was a probably $20 dress from eBay. I think it was from eBay, actually. But yeah, there's a lot going on, girl. But to be honest, $20, you know, 15 years ago, was a lot of fucking money, okay? Almost $35 now. But yeah, I wore that wig forever, too. How did you find this photo? Lord have mercy. If you hosted Yuhua's Drag Race and took over, how would you run it? What's your favorite? Oh my god, 3 questions. What's your favorite food? And not a question, not cringe, but I've been very sick for months, and drag and following the queens have been very uplifting for me during this dark time. So thank you. In the words of Tatiana, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Traveling among and bound again. Okay, fun fact. I've never really watched The Golden Girls. I know, kill me. It is what it is, okay? Okay, don't hate, okay? Because the thing and the fact that when that show was happening and after it went off air, I was still in fucking China, okay? So like, I watched old Chinese shows that my parents watched. And when I came here, I watched current English TV shows to learn English. So I never really went back and watched Golden Girls, but like I kind of have an idea of who they are. It's like 4, you know, ladies. I think they kind of live together, or maybe separately, and they all are like friends. One of them is like a slut. One of them is like a smart mouth, Sophie or Sophia. One of them is the rational one, and that would be B. And then there's one more. I forgot. Yeah, it's kind of like Sex in the City. And let's be honest, girl, we all know Carrie is the problematic one in all her relationships. What's my... Oh, I forgot to answer the question. If you hosted Yuhua's Drag Race and took over, how would you run it? No more cringe acting challenges. Make them serious, like the movies. Because honestly, like when you go audition or go do a job in the real world, they don't want you going, oh my God, what is that? Please, excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But they do want you to act like this, very minimal for the camera, because the camera is like right here, right? Like you give enough that the camera is receiving it over here. But anyway, or a really serious acting challenge, because I also want drag and queer people to portray in a way that we're not always comical, that we can always have serious roles too, because I think that we can also make a difference by telling serious stories and sending a message out there, and that we can be like everybody else, really. We don't always have to be the drag queen that's, you know, drinking at a bar, partying, you know, sex maniacs, you know. We can have other stories too. That's what I like to see. I would also like to see, do y'all remember like on Top Model, when they would have the girls go and do the walk and do the runways in front of like casting agencies, like, and share what they know about modeling. I want the queens to show up for work and do a whole challenge if they get me professional, like bringing all your stuff, like your makeup, your costume, packing everything, sending the music in on time, arriving on time, doing the job, hosting. Are you able to work under pressure when there's a girl happening? Are you able to manage things and make sure that the show goes smoothly if there's a heckler in the room? Are you able to do all those things? Because those are real life situations. And another challenge I would love to see is merchandise. I want to see the queens design merchandise, graphically, textile, from picking the materials, like what colors they want, like if it's a cap, a pin, a shirt, shoes, whatever it is. Because again, those are real life situations that happen after Drag Race. So I want to see, you know, beyond the challenges. Let's incorporate real life and drag together. Which limb would you remove legally for fans of fans? Not really a limb, but I would say my Adam's apple. Like, I've been trying to get it removed for years, and now, like, I'm like, whatever with it, but I still would prefer it to be gone. But like, when Republicans and conservatives say that Democrats are going around, you know, mutilating, you know, children and doing surgeries to become trans and whatnot, it's not that easy. The healthcare system in the US just doesn't work that way, okay? Like, even as someone who's been trying to get this removed, you need 2 psych letters, and then you got to go through a whole process of being in the waiting list. Like, it's just so long. So when I was supposed to get it done, Drag Race happened, so then I didn't have the chance to, you know, get this removed. And then by the time that I was ready to get this removed already, the dates on the letters were not, like, in the duration of the period. Basically, what I'm trying to say is they're expired, so I have to go through the entire process again to get all those letters. So, yeah, it just doesn't work that way for the US, for queer people or trans people. It's just not that easy, you know. Ain't nobody passing out estrogen shots. Just Yuhua's bootleg Drag Race Season 1 cast. Go. Okay, let's do 10 queens. Let's start with 8 queens. Can we do 8 queens? And then if I have 8 queens, I'll do 10 queens. Laganja, Rock, Alexis Mateo, Anjana, that bitch is so fucking bootleg. Who else? Evie, Kylie, who else? Off the top of my head that are fucking bootleg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say Alexis Michelle is kind of bootleg too. Who else? I'm doing the US girls only because, you know, if I do outside of all the franchises, that wouldn't be fair because, you know, I don't really watch all seasons. So it's Laganja, Rock, Alexis, Anjana, Evie, Kylie. Wow, I can't even get 8. Let me look through the people that I've worked with. Maybe that will help, because, you know. Because sometimes some of these queens, they just come and go. Like, sometimes they come on and I'm like, I never want to work with you again. Okay, who did I work with? Oh, James! James is cool. James and Bosco, I would say. James and Bosco. And Milk would be a good bootleg queen too. And April Carrion. Who else? Oh, Heidi! Heidi and Jasmine. Kennedy. Why did I forget some of these bitches? And Cynthia, I would say. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 queens. So they are Laganja Estranja, Rock'em Sakura, Alexis Mateo, Anjana, Evie, Kylie Sonique Love, Alexis Michelle, James Miansky, Bosco, Milk, April Carrion, Heidi in Closet, Jasmine Kennedy, and Cinchili Fontaine. Cuckoo! Okay, how have you been dealing with the newfound fame from winning Season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race? XOXO, many blessings for your reign, my queen. It's been great. Pop quiz. Did you know that I am Sasha Colby's drag mother? I taught her how to do drag correctly. What's your choice of side activities besides serving the fierce boost down a house down undercover? Oh my god, I've been hearing tragedy stories of Down Under non-stop. Like, non-stop of this season. And last season too. Season 2 was supposed to save us from Season 1. And I guess Season 3 now is supposed to save Season 1 and 2. So now, all hope is for Season 4 to save all 3 seasons. A lot of baggage to claim, baby. Tell us your favorite cringe icon and where you think you land on the cringe political compass. Please, thank you. I think I'm blessed cringe. Venus Delight is a cringe icon. Okay, here's a funny story about Venus Delight, okay? Not really funny. So for my birthday, I was turning 20 at the time, I think. Yes, I had my hands all in the clubs and bars, like I was doing shows and stuff. So her season came on, and someone reached out and said, do you want this girl from RuPaul's Drag Race on your show? You know, because I would book the girls and stuff. I'm like, sure. So the season hasn't premiered yet, right? And it was my birthday week on a Friday, and the episode airs on Monday, because, you know, Mondays used to be a drag. That's when they used to air Drag Race. And on the first episode, the bitch got sent home and got eliminated. And, like, the lip sync was just super iconic, and I think we all still talk about it these days. You know, swinging that wig. So on Friday, yeah, I had her as my birthday present for myself. Anyways, yeah. Woman or mono, which one are you? I'm Yuhua Iman. How does it feel to be a winner of season 10? You were my favorite once you walked in that workroom. Aw, thank you, baby, for the kind words. You know, there's always all-stars for Aquaria. Oh my god, there's so many questions. Official stand of House of Dry here. Wondering how many times they've asked you to do all-stars. Too many fucking times. Would you do So What season 2? Not really. Not really. Season 1 was cringely produced. Well, maybe not cringely produced. It was poorly produced. Because, you know, there's a difference. If it was cringely produced, I would probably do it again. But poorly produced doesn't make me want to do it. Would you fuck an alien? Yeah! If they were a man dressed in cosplay as an alien, why not? What embarrassing money... What embarrassing memory keeps you up at night? Not... recently? Nothing really. I think when you accept all your flaws and all your strengths, nothing really bothers you. Because you are living in the moment. That's part of who you are. Embarrassing. Some queens might say like, oh, I fell off stage. And I'm like, that's happened to me so many times. I'm like, whatever. Or forgetting the words, I'm like, whatever. Nothing really. My thick is too thick. My skin is too thick. How did it feel to win the hearts of the world in record time? You're such a fantastic soul. Thank you for providing some much needed laughter to the people when we need it the most. Aw, thanks, babes. I don't think I won the hearts of the world. I think I'm just a mess. Thank you for supporting shitty drag. How can I prevent dryness? Have you read fanfiction about yourself? A few, I guess. Lotion and cortisone. How do you feel about the fan base's reaction to you? You get so much love, and I feel like you're one of the most successful queens out there in terms of staying relevant through utilizing social media. Has your relationship with the fans changed a lot because of it? Do you love it, hate it? I love it. I love the fan base. I do. Okay. Why I enjoy the fan base. I know a lot of queens don't really care for the fans, or they don't like the fan base and find it toxic. Here's why I love the fan base. Because what I do with the fan base is I listen, right? Like, think of it this way. If a group of people are telling you that they are offended by what you're saying or doing, allow them to explain. Allow them to have their voice, because where you're from may not be directly affected by it, but those people are. Okay? You know, let's skip this question. I love the fan base. Doja Cat could never. Let's just say that. I think the fan base didn't really care about me during my season, but I think now they're like, okay, whatever. Just let her be whatever she wants to be. If I were doing a best friend season, who would you do with? From Drag Race. Probably Laganja or Rock. Hi Yuhua, are you watching Drag Race France, Philippines, or Down Under? If so, who's your favorite queen from the seasons currently airing and what? Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see if there's any more questions before we end this shit. Hi Diva, I have 2 questions, both pretty deep. First, what would you do if when you okay so he said yes would go? What the fuck? What would you do if when you okay so he said yes would go? What the fuck does that even mean? Second, you've said you're a pee-pee girl, and that leads me to wonder, do you pee standing up or sitting down? I pee standing up. Personally, I'm a sitting down girl, even if I have to be quick. It feels so much more calming and it's better for self-reflection. Also, I feel like where you're sitting down for that same reason. Girl. Okay. What do we have to do to get you and Delta work together in a video? The 2 mothers of the cringe sub. Serious question. You are a workhorse. You have maximized what an early out queen can accomplish through a good social media platform. What do you think helped you accomplish this? Not every queen has been able to have success during YouTube, so clearly you must be doing something unique. I would love to be on a Delta work video. My secret? Keep going and separating yourself from others, and make sure you stand out from the crowd. You know, YouTube is not easy. It's not. Like, some girls try doing review shows, they're like, girl, this is so hard. What the fuck, girl? Like, I want to quit. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. You sit and you grind and you work. Like, I know I look, you know, pretty decent now, but like after all this ends, I'm sitting in front of a computer editing. My hair is tied into a bun. I have, you know, lunch in front of me. I'm eating. I'm missing out days, you know, walking on the street or going to the park or hanging out with friends. It's seriously work. You know, you want it? Go work for it. Nothing is ever handed to you. Like, you might have stuff being handed to you during your first year. I was about to say first year, but nowadays there's so many season franchises that, you know, you have stuff handed to you for the first few months of your season, but afterwards, it's all gone. You know? Did you ever get your toaster for promoting Real Friends of WeHo? Would you still use it, and what did you spread on your toast? I don't eat toast, unfortunately. And yes, the toaster did arrive, Mama. But I gave it away. Hi, Queen. I'm a big fan. I've seen a lot of your times in real life. Who is this? And you're so much fun as a host and definitely slept on. You have so much energy and love it. I love the video where you gave Laganja that check and one of the sweetest moments ever. I was one of the one who put in the prompts for the ChatGPT Drag Race where you won if you saw it. Yes, I know who you are, James. Right? I think, yeah. I have a lot of questions. Feel free to skip some if you can't be bothered. Who are your favorite guests on Bootleg Opinions? I'm not gonna name names, but the ones that are my favorites are the ones that come prepared, professional, again, including showing up on time, watch the episode, and being prepared. And then when you show up, you deliver. You give me answers. Not just, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I don't really like it, but it's not for me, but it's for her. Girl, I don't give a fuck, and nor does the fans want to see you tiptoe around a fucking opinion. Say what you mean and say it and back it the fuck up. That's all I care about. And I don't care for queens that change their answers specifically because I said an answer. I don't like that. Like, I want to hear your opinion. I want to have a banter back and forth discussing about a look because we come from different parts of the world and we do drag differently. So I want to hear your perspective. So when I sense a queen is changing their answer because of what I said, that's when I'm like, whatever. But if they are understanding, if they change the answer because they can actually see it from my point of view, then I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, what queens would you like to see as future guests? Whoever's available, let's just say that. There's room for everybody. What do you think of the ChatGPT Drag Race if you saw? I did see it. I enjoyed it. I kind of didn't know that. Whoa! Why the fuck am I bleeding? Do y'all see it? I was like, why am I so wet over here? Anyway, let me wipe this up. I saw it. I won, apparently. Like, if y'all want to watch that video, go check it out. Link in the description. It's basically a AI-generated fan fiction of the cringe subreddit, and apparently I win. I've never read it before, so I read it for the first time ever while reading it for that video. So you'll get a lot of, like, hands-on reactions, too, as I'm reading it. But yeah, there's animations involved, too, so go check it out. Come on, blood. Why are you always serving even in bootleg outfits from H&M? Because I can. You know, and I will. I think people also have to understand that I'm filming a YouTube video at home after a show at 11 p.m. So my priority is not me looking amazing. My priority is filming it, getting it out there and on time, and also delivering it in the video with my opinions and having a fun banter with my guests. It's not about how amazing I can look. Like, I can look amazing and I spend all my time getting ready, and if I'm tired and if I'm not delivering on camera after doing a 2-hour show previously, well, maybe an hour and a half show previously, then the video quality is not good. You know what I mean? We want quality, not quantity of how much I spent on an outfit. Okay, what does cringe appeal to you when so many queens seem to hate it? I think it appeals to me because it's part of me. So I have to love me for me and accept me for me. So let's say if, you know, another trait that I might possibly have is, you know, sometimes a little bit too happy sometimes. You know, I also have to accept the fact that I'm a very positive person. I'm always like, let's do this, let's go, 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 go. I'm a very motivated person as well. So you just have to accept you for who you are. For instance, some gays might not like the fact that they're femme presenting sometimes. And when people say that they're femme presenting or they have some fan mannerisms, they might not like it, but you still have to accept that that's part of who you are. So once you accept that part of who you are, then you'll love. So you will end up loving whatever trait that might be. What are your favorite posts from here and how often do you lurk? Girl, I am on here every fucking week, bitch. Y'all have some of the funniest shit ever. I am on here every fucking week. Like, sometimes multiple times a week too. Like, I know some queens are like, I'm not on Reddit, I ain't got no time on Reddit. Bitch, you stupid dumb fucking bitch. Like, why aren't you listening to what people are saying about you? Like, this is part of the fan base, and don't you want to see what people think about you? Like, I know you're not supposed to care, but like, don't you want to know what people are liking about you and disliking about you? So that you can market yourself a little bit better, and perhaps you need to change up your attitude a little bit? Some of you? Anyway, that's my rant. What happened with the last few AS8 bootleg opinions? Girl, could not get anyone to fucking watch this season. Well, there were queens that were like, okay, we'll watch this specific episode. I'm like, you need to watch all the previous episodes too, in order to have a conversation about these, you know, these queens. But yeah, couldn't really get any queens to watch, and to be honest, some of the sponsors didn't really want to invest in it too, so like, when they said that, they were like, we don't really want to have the YouTube ad for this season. So when that happened, I'm like, girl, I ain't pulling any money out of my own pocket to pay these queens. Because you know, I'm a business person, first and foremost. Who are your favorite drag queens, local and rude girl? Oh my god, blood. Local. I don't even know who's out there anymore. Like, in New York, not really. There's so many new baby queens. And most of the queens that I've hang out before Drag Race, they've already gone on Drag Race, so I don't know. Good question. Rude girls. I'm not really close to a lot of the girls, honestly. There's a few select ones. Like, if you see them on Bootleg Opinions, that means I enjoy working with them. And if they've been back on more than one time, I really do enjoy them. You know, that's how you know. When will you be on Very Delta? Whenever she wants to have me. What are things you like to do with your drag career in the future? Movies, films, televisions, you name it. I don't want to work at a bar, like, till I'm 70 years old. Like, I want to be doing what RuPaul's doing. Be on television. Like, why perform in front of 100 people or 200 people or maybe like a couple thousand people when you can do it one time in front of a TV screen and collect your residuals? That's the smart way to do it, right? And also, it's just a bigger, like, tunnel of distributing your artwork to people rather than just doing it one time on a stage each fucking time. That's why I also love doing YouTubes now too, you know? What TV shows are you watching at the moment? I've been trying to get into Black Mirror. I had a guy over and he recommended Black Mirror, and yeah, I'm kind of liking it. And it's really hard for me to get into TV shows, especially because I have a very short attention span, so if you get me into a TV show or a movie, that means it's good. It's good. Was there anything on episodes on season 10 that were in the finale edits that you wish were? You seemed really tired in the last episode. Fun fact, I was really, really, really sick in the last episode. Really sick. Like couldn't go on. Kind of sick. But I'll say that much. And, you know, leave it at that. On season 10, I kind of wish that they showed the parts where I talked about gender, like non-binary, you can be a man, you know, if you want, you can be a woman if you want, or just neither. And I wish that they showed that conversation a little bit more. Or the storyline. Any BTS season 10 tea besides your crowning? I died. Just kidding. The coma. I'm curious if you still keep in contact with any of your season 10 sisters. Not really. Loud and proud, not really. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say like, oh, we have such a good time, we go out and text each other and like, whenever we're in each other's cities, you know, we hang out, and we don't. We really don't. And I don't think that happens with other queens from my season too. Well, maybe the top 4 queens, because, you know, they're always in the same tour anyway. I was gonna say same fucking tour, but, you know, gotta be nice here. They're always on the same tour, so, like, when they make it into the finale, they have a longer time of spending time together. But, like, me and the other queens, like, I was an early out, so, like, I didn't really have any connection with any of them. And honestly, when I got eliminated, they asked me in, like, the interviews and stuff, they said, would you miss any of the queens? Do you feel like you built a sisterhood? I was like, no, not really. And they were like, you sure you want to answer that? I'm like, yeah. Not really. I didn't feel like I connected with really any of the queens, and I don't know if we would stay in touch, to be honest. Because, you know, for me, in order for me to connect with you and hang out with you, there must be a bond. You know, it's not just a work environment bond. It needs to be more personal than that. Like, that's why I don't really follow a lot of people on social media either, because, like, some of them and most of them are just, like, constantly fighting and, like, complaining and, you know, not inspiring about anything. Like, I'm willing to listen to you complain for the first time, second time, okay, third time, okay, fine. But we need to find a fucking solution, bitch. I need my peace and happiness. And I'm about finding a solution than hearing you complain. Like, who wants to hear you complain and nag? Do you want a partner that always nag and complain? No. Well, neither do I. So when I open my social media, I need to be inspired. I need to feel like I'm learning something new. That's why it is the way it is. What seasoning do you use in your food? I don't know how to cook. One day I'll learn. One day I'll learn. I think that once I learn how to drive, moving out of New York City would be a higher possibility, because currently what's holding me back is, you know, I don't know how to drive, and, you know, as some of y'all know, if you watch my YouTube channel, homegirl just got a new condo, so, you know, Is it very dry? Yes, kinda like your vagina. Sorry. Well, anyways, that is AMU. AMU. Anyways, that is AMA with Mama U. Bye! Till next time!